But no, Beth, yours goes crashing down. Determination, the suffering, the ability to... And she's unleashed everything in this attack. See just how much that win means to him. All the marbles. Kayla versus Allison, and to the line. Kayla Laguna takes the victory.
Hey everyone, this is CVRcade Racing, Tuesday night Zone T, run up to the World Cup events coming up very soon. I think they start next week. We have 5 events tonight, 5 different races for tonight's event. So it should be good. This is my first time commentating. My name's Aaron. I'm a little nervous, but we're going to get through this and we're going to have a good time. So first up, we have 2 laps of Echelon, low skill event. I think we should take it to Luis, ask him a few questions, see how he's feeling. We got about 2.5 minutes before it starts. Hey, Luis, how are your legs feeling today?
Hey, Aaron. Doing well. I think my training plan is supposed to give me, well, you know, I'm following this training plan just in preparation for this coming season, and today is supposed to be a hard workout, so I think I'll use the race to do that. So feeling okay. Let's just say that.
Just okay. Hey, well, I'm sure you'll do well. Okay. You have any plans to work with Daniel on this? Do you guys have a game plan going into these races, or just every man for himself with the amount of people we have in tonight?
No, I think we're the only teammates right now. So I think we'll be chatting, see what we can do together.
All right, that sounds like a good plan. We'll see if anybody else that's on their own can come in and take that from you. But no, good luck tonight. Hope you get that workout in you're looking for. I'm sure you will. But yeah, good luck. And I don't know. So tonight's race for Echelon, there's 3 abilities. We have Corner Caper, Quantum Shift, and Uncrashable. And then there's 1 Comeback Kid. So you see those implemented in different ways. Sometimes someone's way off the back in the beginning and they have to use it to come up. Sometimes they drop off the back with a little bit left and they take it up to try to win. But with tonight, everyone can just go through each other. And you'll see this first race, even with 5 people, it'll probably be pretty quick. So watch out for that. I know there's a minute left, but can we get with Kayla just for a little bit? I don't want to bug her too much, but hey, Kayla, how you doing? I know there's only 50 seconds left until the race, but I think you can do this even talking. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, we'll see about that. No, but the legs are feeling good tonight. They didn't ride in the earlier Omniums today, so they're feeling a little bit fresh compared to usual. And and tonight there's 5 events, so that will make it interesting. And I see on this one we have the Comeback Kid too as well. So be interesting to see how that plays into this first event with all the other abilities on as well. But yeah, hopefully I can at least get a good jump start, get in that pack, and make the podium the first round, and keep it up for the rest of the event.
Yeah, well, I believe in you. You have about 10 seconds left, so I'll let you get back to racing. Good luck. Yeah, so I think with the less amount of people here, they're off now. But I think with the smaller amount of people in this one, you'll really see the Comeback Kid come into use. So you see him come off the line. They're going to push really hard. Jeff out here in front, he's on keyboard, so he won't be feeling the wind or everything out front as much. He doesn't get the draft from anyone because he's on his own, but I don't think he minds much. I think his fingers aren't going to get too tired with it. But you see the pack coming back with Luis and Kayla and Nigel all coming back in to pass him. But once he gets in that draft, I'm sure they'll just all be together. Oh, actually, Luis is putting the hurt down. He's going out in front. So right now, I don't know. I think this is anybody's race. It normally is on this first one with Quantum Shift and Uncrashable, because everyone just pushes out and then they read each other, go to the end, and see who can win. But I think it's a little longer race, so I think we should talk about coming up next week. We have, as I mentioned before, the World Cup racing, but there's actually 3 different cups going on. There's the Solo Cup that starts on the 11th, it's Tuesdays. Then the Derny Cup on Thursdays that starts the 13th. And then Saturdays is World Cup racing with the full teams that starts on the 15th. There's about $30,000 total prize money. So the Solo Cup is 10,000, Derny Cup 5,000, and World Cup is 15,000. So there's a lot of money on the line. So these people are practicing, trying to get better. I should probably be out there trying to get better as well, but sometimes you have to try new things, try this commentating thing, see how it goes. But you see up there, we have Nigel and Luis side by side. They're getting each other's draft, doing a lot, seeing who's going to put down more work. Luis is trying to, save his legs a little bit, but still get that workout in. This being the way it is, you never really know what's going to happen till the end. So you kind of just have to watch, just see. Everyone's feeling each other out, and there'll be a little more things going on in the next races, especially the next one, Barnyard Velos, will be coming to next. That's going to be a high school event. This is a low school event, only a one-time multiplier for this race, but the next one's going to be a 1.5 times, 10 laps on Barnyard Velo, and that one we'll probably see a lot of wrecks on that, especially with the bots going around. But you can see everybody working. I don't know what are the heart rates looking? Yeah, the heart rates are looking fine. Just high 160s, just around there. That's not bad at all. So I think they're killing it right now. I don't know. I think my heart rate would be at like 190, give or take. Yeah, probably give 195-ish on this, going the same speeds. But Jeff uses his comeback kid to come back with the group. I see they're separating a little bit up in the front. There's Luis is dropping off the back a little bit, but it looks like they're coming back together. Oh no, I don't know what's going on. Switching lanes. They're this is getting a little intense, and we still have a little bit to go. So about 1.7 kilometers left in the race. Everyone's trying to make their push, feel the other person out. But I think this is gonna be really good, even with only 5 racers in, 4 actually riding and 1 on keyboard. I think this is still going to be good practice for everyone. Like Kaya said, her legs are fresh, so we'll see if she puts in a big push at the end, or if they just are content with taking 1, 2, 3 in this. I don't know how it's going to shake out, but we're going to get a front row seat here. They come around. I think they have 1 more straightaway left after this turn, and then this is normally where the action starts happening. So it's going to get intense here. Normally, it looks a little better when there's more people, but this is the week before, so I'm sure there's a lot of people taking a rest week, so they can really feel it when they come in. There's Nigel. He's putting down some power now, getting into the side so no one picks up his draft. And then you see some movements from Kayla and Luis to try to get back in that draft. I don't know. Oh, Kayla uses her comeback kid right there. Didn't get much use out of it, but it pushed her up to the front. So we'll see how everyone else responds. It looks like people are staying, even though they're spreading out a little bit, they're still getting a little bit of draft from each other. They're starting to push. You see their heart rates going up to the almost 190 range. Allison, thank you for the cheering me on, and thank you CVR World Cup itself for cheering me on. I appreciate that. But yeah, so after all those movements, some comeback kid use, everything, everyone's still kind of even right now. So we're getting only 0.3 kilometers to go. This is right here. This is where it all counts. So let's see how everyone plays it. I see Luis drops off a little bit. Nigel in the front, Kayla in second. Luis puts 1,000 watts down, comes in. Oh, I think he just gets second. I think Nigel takes it, then Luis, then Kayla. Then we're gonna have Jeff, and then later on will be Daniel. I believe that's how it shakes out. It's a good first race. Let's bring it to Nigel in a little bit. I'll talk a little bit. I know he's probably tired. He just put in a big dig, so let's look at this replay. So they came out. There was a power usage that I wasn't sure about, maybe just to try to hang on, push. It seemed a little early, but I think that it's the first race, so maybe maybe people don't want to push too hard. They want to save a little bit for the rest because we got 4 left after this. But yeah, let's go to Nigel and see how he's feeling after that one, because he put in some power, got first. Let's see how he's doing once this replay's over. Hey, Nigel, how you feeling?
Yeah. Yeah, I think everyone was sort of hanging around. Everyone was hanging around waiting for someone else to go. And we got down to, I think, about 200 meters. I thought, right, well, I've got to go.
Yeah.
And that worked out pretty well.
With the, I think with that low amount of people, yeah, everyone was a little more hesitant to go. When there's a big group, you kind of feel a little more confident.
Yeah.
But yeah, with the low amount, everyone was just kind of testing each other, and I don't know. Still some good racing. Everyone finished real close, and you got the win. So congrats on that. Let's see. I'm sure you can keep it up going through. How do you feel about your chances on Barnyard Velo?
Oh, yeah. This could be quite good because there's not so many of us. It'll be just watch out for the bots to start with. Once you lap them, you can ride through them. So I don't know. It's anybody's.
Yeah, that's true. I know there's 2. I think I only ever used 2 lanes on this map. I'm not going to give away too many secrets. I'm sure people have their own ways that they ride it or know about. But
yeah. There's sort of an inner line and an outer line, and you don't have to change lanes very. As you say, you only have to change from one to the other to get around.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you get your breath back a little bit more, and we'll move on to Kayla again. We'll talk to her and see how she's feeling after that race.
Yeah.
Hey.
I felt okay. I wish I could have got better than 3rd place, just because I didn't mean to use my comeback kid right there. So that was kind of big because I was trying to use it for the end and save it to just time it right and then get that kind of catapult swing and then just keep going. But it did not work out right there. So, but congratulations to Nigel for taking that. That was great. And then Luis for taking 2nd. So you're just going to have to pick it up this next one here, and then just be mindful. There's a lot of obstacles with the hay bales. So
that's true. If you can keep a good pace, though, you can get a little bit of a rest on this. I mean, you're still biking, but you can get a little bit of a rest to move on to the longer ones coming up. So I'm
definitely,
sure that'll be good.
This one doesn't have hills or any gradients, and I said it's flat to save the legs a little bit in that region. And it's only a 1.5 multiplier. It is higher than the first one with it being 1 with a 1 multiplier, but we still have plenty of 1.5 multipliers left and then a 2-point multiplier at the end. So, just going to try to gain the points as I can with these higher multiplier events.
Yep, just get every point you can as you go through. But actually, something you just said gave me an idea. They should make a velo map that has hills on it. It should just be a big hill up and down, like a sideways map that you're going up one way and down the other. I'm sure that would be fun for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. That'd be fun. I was like, gotta get a track builder and build it.
That's true. We'll let Ben get on that one. I think he's the track building expert for us. But
yeah, he is the
but
pro.
no, it's good job still getting 3rd. I mean, that's still not bad, and you got a lot of races to go. So good luck on the rest of them.
Thanks.
And,
I'm glad I made
let's
the first one. So let's see.
Yep. No, I'm sure you're gonna keep doing it. But
thanks
for talking. Let's take it to Daniel and see how he's feeling. Hey,
Hi.
Daniel, you feeling okay?
I'm feeling pretty good. I dropped my chain right off the start there, so I spent 30 seconds putting it back on the bike, so I took the first race pretty easy. So fresh legs for this one. Hopefully I don't mess it up.
Hey, no, I'm sure you got this. And if you think about it, the first race, lowest multiplier, and I mean, technically, I think if you finished, you got 5th, so you're not really far behind in points, and you're less tired than everyone else. So that was actually a really smart play from you. I'm going to say that was on purpose.
I hope so. Maybe I was just putting out too much power for my bike to handle, and it just checked me down a little bit. But
Hey,
yeah,
true. That's a good problem to have though, for putting too much power down. You know what I mean?
yeah. So long as it only happens on the 1-point multipliers and not every race from here on out, we'll be all right.
Exactly. Well, good luck with that. I know there's about 30, 40 seconds left, so I'll let you get back into this mindset to go on this course so you don't crash. But good luck, and hopefully you don't drop another chain. All right, so you heard from a few different people. We have this race starting in about 20 seconds, so we're gonna see how it goes. The first one was it's a low skill, but it does take a lot of skill. You have to have the right timing. You can't mess up your power ups or anything. So right now, people are just going to try to get ahead of the bots, try to get into the right lane here once it starts, and then we'll see where it all shakes out, because there's a line that you can ride that really helps, and then there's a line that, you know, if someone gets in the way, like Luis goes down, he takes a little hard, gets pushed out, and wrecks right into one of the hay bales, and Daniel goes down as well. Ooh, the 2 Team Cognition riders going down. Kayla out here looks like she's feeling good. She's putting the right cadence down, not trying to go too hard or anything, and getting those lines in. And once you start getting to these lapped riders, it's going to be a little difficult because, good move by Kayla there to get around. But once you get to these lapped riders, it gets a little difficult if you run into them. And Nigel right behind Kayla. It's going to be an intense battle. But everyone else may be able to make up some time if anyone wrecks, but it can be a little difficult to and Kayla goes down, going over, and tries to get back into the lane because she went too far over. So that leaves Nigel open to really start to get a gap on everyone. And Jeff goes down. See, in this one, that's the way a few weeks ago, I raced this one, and I was dead tired, but I won it because I didn't wreck a single time. And that's something that, with this course especially, you just have to ride it and hope you don't wreck. And if you don't wreck, you're normally in one of the top places, even if you're going kind of slow. But I think Nigel knows what he's doing on this. He knows the speed he needs to go, and I think he's just gonna put it down. If he doesn't make a mistake, I think he'll take it, and then we'll just have to see how the rest of the field plays out. But yeah, if you don't make a mistake on this, then you're pretty golden for going pretty far and getting a good placing in it. Let's look at the chat. Yeah, Luis says that was a good sprint. It was. I saw you put down 1,000 watts. That was quite nice. Crucial Bowl, crush the competition tonight. That's for Luis, but I'm gonna say it's for me, even though I'm not racing. I'm trying to crush the competition. Go Team Cognition, and why 5? Yeah, 5. I think they just wanted to change. It's normally 4, but sometimes they do 3 or 5, like they said there. And 5, there's a little less points you have to do well in more races. The spread's a little different, but look at it. Nigel's still killing it. I guess once you get lap the riders, you don't have to worry about going into them. So I did not know that. That's something new. It is a nice change, Crucial Bowl. You're right. So let's see. Daniel goes down again. Maybe he's just taking it off on this one, relaxing for 2 in a row, and then he's going to come back for the last 3 because they're a little longer, a little more difficult. I think that's what he's doing. I'm going to speak for him right now. But Nigel looks calm, cool, and collected. He's not pushing too hard. He's just relaxed. And do that, athlete. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, you're casting on the big screen. That's hopefully it's not too bad when my face comes up. I'm a little pale. I got the lights on me, but we're trying to figure this out as we go. I'm still new to it, but thank you also, Crucible, for the kind words. I appreciate that. But let's get back to the racing, because Nigel is still killing it, making no mistakes. Look at him. He's already celebrating. Look at this. He's calm and he wins. Look at that. and I think everyone else is about to come up and finish as well. But you don't make a mistake, you just get through, and it's as easy as that. No, no mistakes, and you win. Um, and everyone else made one, so it just kind of came to who could finish it out. Everyone seems to be finishing. We had Nigel first, then I believe it was Jeff, then Luis, then Kayla, then Daniel. So good racing again, and then don't forget about fake person, fake person, fake person, fake person, and fake person racing with them. All good racers as well. They don't get as much love in these. I wish we could talk to one of them, but they never stream in. But yeah, if you look, Nigel with his patented celebration to win. I know some people are going to be kicking themselves about going down in certain ways, but let's go back to Nigel. Just have him talk it through. Once we get through the replay, we'll watch the replay one more time. Yeah, Kayla's not happy going down. I think no one's very happy when they wreck, especially on these kind of courses where like one wreck and you're kind of out of it. There's some that you can come in and you can wreck and still come back, even on some smaller ones. But this one is just, I think it's too difficult to come back from, unless the person's not pushing hard enough or they make a mistake. So I think you just have to race your race, not worry about anyone else. Just try not to wreck, and you can really push through and win. And Nigel was a case of that. Didn't wreck, didn't push super hard, just went the speed that he knew he had to go, and it worked out. So if we could go to Nigel and see what his thoughts were on that one, if he got a good rest, how he feels after that.
Hello.
Hey, Nigel, how are you doing?
Oh, pretty good. No, that went really well. Bad luck to Kayla. I think I was probably in the prime position there. I was right on Kayla's wheel in second place. And we came up to that hay bale, and we both had to move over, to get out of the way. And because I was right on her wheel and she had to move over, she basically ran into me. So she went down, something like that.
Yeah, I think she might have moved one over too far, then tried to get back over before you came up, and it was just the split second there that you had a little bit more speed and came right in front of her. But it's unfortunate for her. But yeah, you race that really well. You just don't make mistakes and let everyone else make their own mistakes.
Yeah, you would have seen I was on a game controller there. I find on those tracks like that and sudden lane change, the game controller is easier to control yourself, because you can only move one lane at a time. You have to click each time to move a lane, whereas on a keyboard, you can move multiple lanes.
That makes sense. So you don't have lower chance of making a mistake and hitting twice if you want to hit once. No, that makes a lot of sense. That's smart. Look, everyone else needs to keep track and start employing those tactics if they want to keep up.
Oh, while you're there, Jeff he's in a motel. He's having lagging problems, so he's pulled out of the stream to try and reduce the lagging in the game. So you're not going to get him again on the stream.
Okay, thank you for that information. We'll still talk about him. We'll still see how he's doing. Hopefully the lag stops with him. But no, thanks for talking to us. Good job on that win. We'll see how this next race goes. So coming up, we have 3 laps on Dark Matter Spire, medium skill, 1.5 point multiplier. They have 3 power-ups tonight, 1 comeback kid, 1 power plant, and 1 inertia. And I actually think these are a really good combination of power-ups. You could use this in a number of ways. Say someone's off on the front and you want to come back. If you can comeback kid and power plant right at the end, and you can get a lot of power and a lot of speed to go past them, and then inertia and just hold it for even longer than you would normally be able to sprint. I mean, I may be giving away some tactics for people, but I think that could be really good for someone. So we'll see how that plays out. We have about 1 minute and 40 seconds left. Fake Beeve, this is really cool. That's true. And I saw someone was talking about favorite tracks to ride. I think my favorite tracks to ride are the ones where I am not dead, which is normally easy ones where the first race that I do, and I'm not tired yet until the end of that one. But right now, am I on Twitch? CVR is not on Twitch, I don't believe, but I think someone will be able to tell that in the chat. Dude, that athlete, my son should be in bed. He says, this is the best guy. He doesn't even fall down, Nigel. It's true. Nigel doesn't fall down. He is the best. We have about a minute left, so we're going to come in and talk to Luis one more time just to see how he's feeling. I know there's a little bit of time left. How are you feeling after that last race?
That was pretty good. I thought Kayla was gonna take it. She's really good when it comes to these types of tracks. But there's a lot of obstacles, and she keeps a really good tempo. But I guess lucky for me, she was fighting for position with Nigel, so she went down. And I went down too, but I took the first corner too fast. It started lighting out, but we'll see how we do on this one.
Yep, this one's a little longer, it's not a high skill, but it's a little more difficult. So I'll let you get into the race. Good luck. So right now, everybody's spinning up, ready to start this race. Again, 3 laps on Dark Matter Spire. Nigel already pushing out 1100 watts. Oh, that's Jeff. Sorry, I thought it said Nigel, but I can't read apparently. But Jeff, so Luis and Daniel, Team Cognition riders out on the front. Let's see if they work together to try to push out and be on their own up here. Daniel had a little bit of a rest in 2 races now because he went down in the last one. I don't know how hard he pushed, but I think he's going to want to come and make a statement on this one after those 2. They are moving up about 2 seconds in ahead right now. So if they keep this up for the 3 laps, it might just be a Cognition 1-2. It could be fairly good for them. Let's see if they can work together, really get the drafts going. I don't believe there's wind on this one. I think there's only 1 race with wind, and that's the next one on Submerged Stadium. But Dark Matter Spire, it's a fantasy track. And one thing that I do want to talk about that we haven't yet is that all these racers are able to race together. It doesn't matter about their age, their gender, anything. It's all equalized. So there's physical equalization. So everyone's on the same level. If you work hard, you can win, and equalizes to you and your fitness level, and it can help you get fit itself. Just like I know that I was out of shape when I started doing it, and I'm still a little bit out of shape, but I'm getting better and better. And you can see now Daniel's coming up in front of Luis to pull Luis a little bit, and I think they're going to keep working together. They're almost 10 seconds up the road now, and still pushing. So right now you have Jeff, and I believe Jeff and Nigel are working together. Jeff on the keyboard, he was having lagging issues, but so he pulled out of the stream, but he's still, they're working together. So getting a little of a Derny practice there. 1 physical rider and 1 keyboard rider. And Kayla off the back a little bit, but we'll see if she can come up and make it a race. I think she can. I believe in her. She just got to push a little bit. I know it's difficult, but you got 3 laps. Just keep pushing, and I don't know, but it looks like Jeff and Nigel are putting a little bit of a dig in to try to get back. They're only about 7 seconds back now. But Luis and Daniel are still working together, still putting down a good amount of power as we come in. Still on the first lap, so there's a lot of racing left to go. But it looks like Nigel is, just taking the wheel, just trying to keep his energy. And Luis and Daniel are trying to pull each other so they can both stay a little fresh. But yeah, in the chat, Crucial Bowl says she can do it. So Kayla, you have people in here cheering for you. You're only 10 seconds off the back. I believe in you, but just try to finish this race and come back on the next one and, show them, even though you're by yourself, you got this. But now, yeah, see, I like this from Luis and Daniel. You keep seeing them changed, and they change positions. One goes in front of the other one goes in front of the other. Oh, there's Kayla using the comeback kid. That's smart to get back, and maybe I'm sure one of these people will work with you. I'm sure. Hopefully, they won't block. I don't know. I don't think you block many people, so she's putting that comeback kid to use to try to get into back up with everyone else, so she's not as far behind. But I think she's making up some time. Comeback kid lasts for 45 seconds, I believe. So you get extra power for 45 seconds. And then there's also power plant and inertia. And power plant, I think, gives you extra power as well. It just gives you extra power. The comeback kid is if you're behind someone, it gives you extra power for 45 seconds until you get up to them or like someone passes you. So you have to be behind someone and it cuts off once you pass them or get next to them or someone passes you, which can happen. You wouldn't think it could, but it looks like Kayla is right on the back of them. She has a little more speed, so she's she's connected with the group of Jeff and Nigel. Hopefully they'll allow her to work together. So who knows? 45 seconds till we catch. Yes, so I was right on that. I know my power up sometimes. I know the comeback kid because it's always in the low skill. But Luis and Daniel are still killing it up in the front. They're still about 10, 11 seconds up off the front, switching with each other, working together. They're doing a fantastic job of teamwork here, and I think that'll really show once they get to the World Cup and they have their whole team in here. I think it'll really show how good their teamwork is, and we'll see once that starts. Which team starts pulling away, how everyone does, but yeah, it's they're doing a fantastic job right now. Kayla is in the draft working with everyone. Hopefully she can stay on. I know some people haven't used their power-ups yet. So I think there's certain ways I know I'd be talking about how I'd use my comeback kit if I was in certain positions or on the front or anything. But I think once we get close, there's about 3 kilometers left. Once we get closer to the end here, about 1 to a half kilometer left, you're going to see a lot of different moves happening. Nigel uses his inertia to keep his speed. He's about 55 kilometers an hour. So that's a good use of it. He gets up to 55, starts making a comeback. He's about 2 seconds off. You see the power plant come in from Luis and Daniel to try to keep him off. Yeah, he's still 2 seconds off. So they're trying to keep him at bay. He's coming up and trying to spoil their fun. But yeah, as I see in the chat talking about the updated numbers, I don't know if anyone's picked their number yet, but Luis is number 4. Looks like Daniel's number 6. I don't know if those were picked yet or if we get to pick them or how that works. Third. It's the person to join the event. Nice. I did not know that. As a commentator, I should probably have known that, but I did not. So I guess the person who joins the event, they get that number. Nice. But yeah, Daniel and Luis did a really good job to keep Nigel at bay. He had a lot of speed coming into it, and they're still working together. They use their power-ups at the same time. Both use their power plant to keep ahead. And there's about 2 kilometers left, so still a lot of racing to go. It's only the 3rd race. There's 2 more after this, so yeah, I'm tired just watching these guys. And Kayla's still right there with Jeff, so she's got a draft, so she doesn't have to work too hard, it looks like. Yeah, you see Nigel, he's in no man's land in between everything, so I don't know if he's going to try to push to get back. I don't know. I didn't see what all power-ups he had used or what he has left, so we might see. It looks like Luis and Daniel are getting separated a little bit, but I think that they believe that they can get first and second. Daniel's trying to get back up with Luis so they can work together. Luis is just saying, look, I'm ready to go. Let's push. Jeff uses comeback kid, which he might be leaving Kayla in the dust with. Hopefully she can keep on the wheel because I know she doesn't have her comeback kid left. But Jeff, I think, is trying to catch back up with Nigel to help propel him forward, give him a little bit of draft and help work with him because Luis is up off the front, pushing about 500 equalized watts. Pushing a little harder, up to 600. Daniel is dropping back a little bit, so Jeff and Nigel are right behind Daniel. I don't know how this is going to shake out. Daniel, good use of the comeback kid there with about 1 kilometer left. I think I I don't know. I think I said that at 1 kilometer left, they'd be using that. Luis uses his um, inertia right now, so he doesn't have to push. Gets a little bit of a rest in here, and then we'll see once. See Daniel. Oh, there it is. What did I say? You get that. You use that comeback kid. Get to that top speed, then use that inertia, and then I think Luis still may have his comeback kid left to use right at the end. So we'll see how they push. Yep, there it is with 0.6 kilometers left. There's a Crucible. I don't think yeah, that's true. People might. I don't know if people would do that in this one, but there might be a lot of people using 69 if you let them choose. So maybe that's a number that can't be chosen. But like I said, there you go with the comeback kid. You got them using it and then working together, pushing. They're about 5 seconds up the road with 0.2 kilometers to go. So I think that they just push a little bit and they'll finish it out in first and second. So that's a good finish there for Cognition. They were off on the front the whole time. They had some challenges from Nigel and Jeff that came up, and they did what I think was a really good game plan, and that played out really well. So congrats to them. They destroyed it. Kayla's a little bit behind because she's on her own. Everyone else is kind of working together, and she tried to come back with, but wasn't fully able to. But she's just working to finish before the time runs out, and she'll have that. So just trying to relax a little bit, get ready for the next one. Starts in about 5 minutes, so she'll finish that up, and it'll be no big deal. See, she's about to cross the finish line. Just relax, get her heart rate down, get ready for this next one, because this next one is pretty tough as well. It's 5 laps on Submerged Stadium, a high skill event, also a 1.5 time multiplier. This one, the reason why this one's going to be probably more difficult is there is wind on course, so that'll be fun for everyone getting this wind in their face here. And there's 3 power-ups on this one as well. 1 uncrashable, 1 quantum shift, and 1 razor's edge. Yeah, here if you look at this replay, you see, the Cognition riders just all the way, they knew what they were doing. They got out in front and they held it and they played everything perfectly. Honestly, hats off to them. That was really good racing. I think Luis is getting that workout in. He's getting his heart rate workout or whatever it was that he said. But no, that was really good racing. That's a lot. That's something that other teams should look at. I'm sure everyone knows certain things, but I think I've seen that done before, and even early events like the low skill or no skill events where people get out in front by themselves, even without the draft. There's 2 or 3 of them on a team, and they can draft with each other and keep up the pressure a little bit, and then they see someone come on with the comeback kid and they can drop off and then use their own, and it can work really well. So I think I want to talk to Daniel and see what's going through his mind during that race, pick his brain a little bit, see how he's feeling. Daniel, how did that race, was that planned from the beginning, or did it just turn out that way?
It kind of started off as just a team effort. We both got off the front, so I just figured I'd put in a big dig, see what kind of gap we could make. Luis stayed on the wheels, so it was just, we weren't really chatting too much. It just kind of clicked. That's how Team Cognition rolls. And I just bounced our power-ups off of each other to get a good slingshot at the end. Saw Nigel was coming up. He's super strong, so figured we had to play our power-ups right. Otherwise, he was going to take it from us. And yeah, it worked out well, but it was a tough race.
Yeah, no, it looked tough, but yeah, you guys worked really well together. I saw every few seconds, you guys were switching places, pulling each other. So it was really good. I'm sure it was still pushed a little bit, but I think that you guys did really well in that, and other teams are probably going to take notice.
Yeah, I'm sure they will, because I worked out pretty well. There's other teams that can do the same thing with more people, so if we can sort of keep this teamwork up, hopefully we can put on a bit more of a competition for some of the bigger teams on the platform when the time really counts. Yeah,
no, I'm sure you guys can. You guys will have more teammates in, but that was raced really well. The power-up use at the end was, I was I kind of hinted at that may be happening, and it happened kind of like I said it would, but I think it's situational. I think Nigel pushed and you guys saw it and you guys reacted well together, even if you weren't talking well. You guys kind of knew what you guys needed to do, and I think it worked out really well. But yeah, no, thanks. Good job on that one, getting second, and Luis getting first. Try to work together on this one again because that wind is going to be killer.
I'm sure it's gonna hurt.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. Is Kayla there to talk, or I'm not sure. I think she might be. I don't know. Kayla, how are you feeling? I know you got back with the group on that one and then got pulled off a little bit. How are things feeling now?
Yeah, the legs are feeling okay. I thought I had more in me at the beginning, and then when I started racing, I'm just feeling it right now. So my legs are feeling locked up. But it was too unfortunate, though. I mean, I had a drop out there, put me in the back, and then I tried to use my comeback kid, which was very effective. I was able to get back up to the group for being 10 seconds behind, so that was awesome. But, you know, everyone else still has their comeback kids as well, too. So I knew that I was just trying to catch the draft as much as I can and just be with the group. But, you know, they used their comeback kid, and unfortunately I was left in the dust. But, I mean, congrats to Luis for taking that one. And then, you know, with the teamwork from Daniel, too, as well. That was great from Team Cognition. And great display of dynamics and just, you know, taking that victory right there. But yeah, just it didn't really work out for me in that one.
Yeah, no, but I saw you coming back. We were all hoping in the chat that you would hang on, but it is difficult when everyone still has their power-ups and kind of working together and you're off on your own. So, but I think you made the most of it. You finished with some time to rest. So good luck on this next one.
Yeah, we got wind on this one with 5 laps. So should definitely fill that in the trainer. But yes, it's going to have to watch out for the obstacles and just be smart with this. And we have Razor's Edge, Uncrashable, and then Quantum Shift too. So those are 3 power-ups that can be used in certain ways, and pretty beneficial power-ups too as well. So I'm going to try to see how I can effectively use those in this one. So it'll be fun.
Yep, it should be. And Crucial Bowl says victory will be yours. So now you have to win.
For the support. I appreciate it.
Yep. All right, we're starting in 10 seconds. So as every time, 10 seconds, you see everybody start to spin up their trainers and push out to try to get out in front so they don't have to be in the way of these obstacles or behind any bots. Jeff always pushing out. Look, his fingers are doing so much work right now. The fake person, and fake person all crash. Crucial Bowl, yes, I am on a team. I don't know if we've been officially announced yet or anything. So I don't know if I don't know if it's like a big secret. It's not really like, but I don't think it's been officially announced yet. But I am on a team that is not any of the teams that have been named in the past like week. So we'll see how that goes. You know, I haven't raced with any of my teammates before. Kind of new. Old team disbanded, and you know things happen, but we're trying to make the most of it. Hopefully we can make a good run at this and get a lot of competition. You have Jeff on the front on the keyboard, Luis and Nigel and Daniel behind. Luis and Nigel pushing up off the front, Daniel trying to catch a wheel here to get that draft going. Yeah, it's 5 laps. It's an amazing course. I don't know how it's a little newer. I actually really enjoy this one. It's got a good mix of, it's not super long. There's some obstacles, so you're always having to think, oh, and Luis goes down on Nigel's wheel. Ooh, that's gonna sting. Kayla using her Razor's Edge, I believe, in the back to try to catch up. She just passed Luis, so she's in 4th now, but we have Jeff still. Oh, look at that. He's putting the power down with that keyboard. Man. I wish I could put that power down without a keyboard, but he's got Nigel on his wheel and Daniel right behind there. Coming up, this corner can sometimes cause some havoc there if anyone's coming too fast. And nope, no one wrecks there. You see Luis trying to put the power down to catch up, and Kayla also trying to get back into the group so she can make a play at the end. We're only 1 lap in, and you know, a lot's already happened. Luis goes down. He was in the lead, and now it's the two Velocity Vixen riders up in the front working together, and you have Daniel right behind him. So we'll see what they do, if they let Daniel just hang on, if they try to leave him in the dust, or you know, if they don't make too big of a move, you might have Luis and Kayla come back, but they're actually about 10 seconds off. So I don't know if they're going to be able to come back. I hope they can. I want to see some want to see a good mix of people in the racing, but Jeff is really pulling for Nigel. I think letting Nigel not necessarily rest, but get get a little bit of a breath in, so he's not pushing his heart rate too much. Daniel has a little higher on the heart rate, trying to stay with them and stay in that draft, and he was doing a pretty good job. He's getting more draft than anyone else, but they have to split up for this obstacle, and we'll see how it comes back together once they get through these. Coming in on the end of their second lap, 3 laps left for them, 3.5 kilometers left. Good glint, epic. Yes, this definitely epic. You should try racing it. They'll link up for late pass sprint. They might. Oh, Nigel goes down. Oh my gosh, this is getting intense. You think you need 10, 15 people in here to make it intense, but no, we have 3 people off on the front, and Luis uses his razor's edge because he sees that happen and tries to put down the power. We'll see if he can stay up with these corners coming up. I know the speeds can be a little tricky. Daniel's pushing past the keyboard rider. He's feeling it. He got those 2 rest ones. What did I say? He rested twice. Nigel uses his razor's edge to try to get back with the group. They're about 10 seconds off now. I think if anybody, Luis and Nigel will be able to catch up, but we'll see if they. I don't think they're going to work together to catch up. I'm sure they might mess around and try to foil each other back there. But looks like Luis is 2 seconds off of Nigel right now. But Kayla's a little bit further behind. We'll see if she can. I think she's just trying to get the workout in now. It's hard when you're by yourself. You don't have any team to play with or anybody that's on keyboard. I think it's just good to finish these races and see if you can come back, because I mean, it's not like she's in the dust. Everyone could crash. She might be saving it. She's probably saving something. She probably has a lot left that she's saving to show at the end. But Daniel's really moving up off the front now, about 2 seconds off and putting the power down. I think he really wants to take this one. And Luis is a few seconds off from Nigel, and Nigel's 4 seconds off from Jeff. So I think Jeff may be waiting to get Nigel's wheel so he can pull him a little bit, give him the draft and make it a little easier for him after that wreck. We'll see if he can come back. I mean, that wrecking on this one is it's not a death sentence, but it's difficult. Wrecking on any race to try to come back from is not fun. And I used to wreck a lot, so I still kind of do. Sometimes you're going and you just don't see, or somebody blocks you in and you can't make a move in time, or never really know what's going to happen. But Nigel is about 1 second off to get Jeff's wheel so they can try to get back into this. But they're 6 seconds behind from Daniel, who's really been pushing it. He's putting a lot of power down. He's feeling himself right now. Yes, as Jesper would say, thanks to physical equalization, anything is possible. Should I start doing math right now? I don't know if I should. Look, Nigel taking a drink. It's easy for him. He's just out here having fun, getting better every day. Actually, I don't even know if he needs to get better. He's one of the strongest racers on this platform, and I don't know. But yeah, so if I'm gonna be like Jesper, I should start doing math. If I want to be like Beth, I should talk about some peeps. I don't know. I think Daniel really wants this one. He's pushing hard. I think he's got 1 lap left to go, and it looks like he's feeling it. His heart rate's about 191. In the 190s, and but he's pushing through. He's killing it. I think once you get through this corner that's coming up, that's a difficult corner. You can't take too fast, but once you get through that, if he doesn't wreck, and he gets through clean, I think he's just gonna keep the power down. He's got this the last lap. I think he's just gonna push through, and I think he's gonna take this one. He's still 6 seconds ahead, 6, 7 seconds ahead, destroying it. I know that, and he Razor's Edge. He's using power-ups. I think, yeah, the other ones are Uncrashable and Quantum Shift, so not necessarily good to get the gap on or to gain any speed on the other ones, but I don't think he really needs to. I mean, heck, he could even probably just grab one of these bots and just hang out for the rest, but I'm not trying to give him any ideas because he probably just wants to finish it anyways, and he'll pass him, but it's a pretty good race. You saw, Daniel stayed up, Luis went down, and Nigel went down, and that definitely hurt him. So this is some good racing, even though there's only 5 people in here, 1 on keyboard, 4 physical. There's been a lot of crazy stuff happening. So Daniel didn't get to do that well or finish in the first ones. And Daniel just goes straight into the barrier. I don't know if something happened with his keyboard. I don't know what happened, but oh no. Now Nigel comes back around. Oh man, right at the end. I wonder what happened. There had to have been. We're going to talk to him after this to figure out what happened. I don't know if his button stopped working or what, but dang, that's crazy. Nigel. Oh, and Jeff passes him right at the end too. So Nigel gets the win there. I thought it was Daniels for the taking, but oh man, that's just unlucky. We'll give him a little bit of time, let everyone catch their breath a little bit. That was crazy. So the next race we have after this one, where Kayla's finishing up, she's almost there. She's on the last lap, just a little bit to go. She's looking kind of tired, but she's getting everything done. But yeah, Nigel didn't give up, and phew, man, that's a crazy ending right there. I did not expect that to happen, but yeah, I thought Daniel had it going after Nigel fell. But yeah, coming up, we have 4 laps of sudden lane change, which is the highest multiplier event of the night at 2 times multiplier. It's a high skill event with the corner caper and inertia power ups. But it's been a little bit of time. I think Daniel's had a little bit of time to rest. I'm sure he probably doesn't feel like he's had enough, but if we could go to Daniel so we can ask him what happened there, get a little.
Yeah, it was starting off awesome. My plan was to just hold Nigel's wheel, put some pressure on, hope he made a mistake. Sure enough, forced him into a rock, he went down. I just went off the front, tried to hold it. The last couple 100 meters, I was like, yeah, I got this, no problem. And went to turn around the pillar, realized my number lock button was on. So I was hitting the number 6 instead of my right arrow key. Panicked a little bit, straight into the pillar. And it was definitely a shining example of why you don't stop pedaling until you cross the finish line. Because Nigel came back, and he took the win. Well deserved. I know he worked pretty hard to get back up, so kudos to him. It was a good race. Just a silly mistake will cost you everything, every time.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I thought you had it. I don't know. You could probably hear me cheering you on from the booth here, but no, that's unfortunate. But that's something to take from and learn from, so it doesn't happen again. But yeah, no, keep working. That was a really good race, and without that unfortunate little mishap, you had that one in the bag. So just let other people make the mistakes. Yeah. When you let other people make mistakes, you can't make the one on your own. So
that is true. At least this wasn't for money.
That's true. Yep. Next week, you got to really hone those skills in. Make sure you don't panic. But yeah, let's thanks for talking. Sorry about that. But next time you got this. But let's move on to Nigel and see how he's feeling after that one. Hey, Nigel.
Yeah, that was unexpected. I thought Daniel had that in the bag.
Yeah, you and me both. Yeah, I saw you went down a little earlier, and you about 10 seconds off, but you came back within like 5, and then it just looked like it was too much. But I guess it's good you didn't give up on that.
No, what I thought the last lap I'd go really hard and try and catch up as much as I could, but never expected that he would go down. I just thought he would cruise over for the win. So yeah. So yeah, that's a bonus.
Yeah, it is. So now I don't know how the points will shake out. I think you still might have to pass in front of Luis to take this one. I don't know with the 2 times multiplier. It might be
I'm
close.
not sure. I'm not sure what happens if Louise wins this, if he takes it out, or what. But I think both of us will be going for the win.
Yep, that's true. So I'm sure that sure you have a game plan. I know a lot of people know how this race works now, the speeds and everything, but good luck. Yeah, just if you can, I guess you keep your magic from Barnyard Velo where you let everyone else make the mistakes and race your own race. I'm sure you can come out come out in front.
Yeah, well, you got to get into a rhythm. I find if you crash on this, you crash once, you often end up you just keep on crashing. You just lose your rhythm.
Yeah, that's true. I think a lot of people do that where they crash and then they try to go faster or harder than they normally would, and
they try and catch up. They're a bit down, and they're pushing it too hard. You just got to get a good start, get into a rhythm, and then just hang in there.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, congrats on that last win. It's unexpected, but you know you still got it. So good luck on this next race. Yeah, so there's been some crazy events happening. All these maps have been a lot of different stuff going on. I mean, I wasn't expecting this to be as close or have all these wrecks, and things have been crazy for a smaller Omnium, smaller group of people racing. It still had a lot of action. So I think you only get that here on CVRcade when I'm commentating for the first time ever. So yeah, I don't think Jesper and Beth would have had this much action. It's all because I was here. No. But no, it's yeah, there's 3 cups coming up. I'll talk about that after this next race. We got about 40 seconds left. So I would go to someone just to make them talk a little bit so I can get some rest in, because I'm not a very talkative person. I don't know if you can tell from me talking this whole time. But yeah, again, it's four laps. Sudden lane change coming up. There's corner caper and 1 inertia. We'll see how people use that. Corner caper could be really good on this in some corners, but the inertia, I mean, if you can, some people can mess up that inertia. We'll see if any blocks come in. There's about 10 seconds left, so as always, they're spinning up their trainers and bikes and trying to get out in front so they don't get wrecked or left behind. And as always, Jeff with the 1100 watts on the keyboard, really pushing out. Luis with about 1,000 watts on his own, pushing out too. He's going really hard. We'll see how this first corner, if they cook it too fast. Oh, everyone, that's smart. Use the corner caper. Ooh, and the inertia to keep his speeds up. Now we'll see. I don't know when they run out. That's good. No, good timing. Good. Luis is really pushing for this. Nigel is about 2 seconds behind. Everyone, I think, knows the speeds now, is really pushing. Our voice saved the stream. I don't know about that much, but could one person win all 3? I guess, yeah, one could. You could have the solo cup. The person could win that and then also have a good teammate for the Derny Cup and win that. And then their team could win the World Cup. I'm sure there are some people that I think could do that. I'm not going to name names. I think people know who the strong riders are and who could do it. But it was, it's definitely possible. So we got 1 lap down. Jeff is trying to stay with Luis. Kayla on the back here. I think she's just getting this race in, trying to go through. Daniel on the back by a few seconds, but if he just races his race, gets a little bit of speed and doesn't crash, I think he could really make up for it. And Nigel uses his corner caper and is right behind Jeff. So Luis and Nigel are gunning for each other here. We'll see how it shakes out. I don't know how the placing has to go to see who wins, but there's some bots coming up. I don't know, since they were left, how that works, if they have been lapped officially now or if they can still be crashed into. I don't know. No, it looks like you can just go through them now. Yes. But right now, Nigel and Luis are battling right at the top. And Nigel goes down. Oh, man. That could be it. Oh, no. Let's see if Luis... I mean, I don't want to... Oh, and Jeff goes down. So now you have Luis up in the front. Daniel might come in. It's Luis, then Daniel, then Jeff and Nigel on the back a little bit, where Nigel talked about before Jeff goes down again. But Nigel talked about, when you lose that, when you crash once, you kind of lose that rhythm. We'll see if he can keep his rhythm up, because if there's anything we learned from the last race is that something crazy could happen, even if you don't think it will. You come back and you might be able to make some time back, and there might be a random wreck that could put you out in front. And I mean, we've seen it before. I don't know, but Luis and Daniel up on the front by themselves. Nigel is a few seconds behind Daniel, going a little bit faster, a little lower heart rate. On this one, you can't go too much faster. You can't pick up a lot of speed in certain areas. There's only straightaways you can try to pick up a lot of speed on, but you still have to, slow down to make sure you don't hit anything in the corners, and you gotta make sure you're in the right lane. I think there's a few lanes that you can ride all the time, so different people probably have different tactics for which lanes they try to stay in. But right now, Luis looks like he's feeling pretty good. He's got that intense look in his eyes. He's ready to go. I think he's got this one if he keeps this up. And Daniel's still 2 seconds ahead. So if Daniel can keep his thing up, I think this might put Luis in the front on this Omnium, but I am not sure because I don't know how the points shaked out. But this is the highest multiplier, so there's a high chance this is the last lap. Only half a kilometer left, and Luis is still looking good, not trying to cook it too hard. Daniel is also not trying to cook it too hard, but it looks like Nigel is right up with Daniel now. They're within a second of each other. Nigel just gets around Daniel. So, and Nigel goes down again. Looks like he couldn't see around the bot to get there. So Nigel with one more mistake, I think it puts Luis over the top. Comes around some of the last corners here. Only 0.1 kilometer to go. It's the last corner to get to the finish line. So Luis finishes first, and it looks like Daniel will be second. So I think that puts Luis on the top of the Omnium, but I'm not 100% sure. I could be wrong. I'll have to see how it shakes out. But 2 mistakes from Nigel. They're so close to getting there. Jeff lets Nigel pass to get third in that one to try to get the points up. I don't know how it all shakes out at the end, but dang, that's crazy. Nigel almost came back to at least get second in there and make it a little more interesting, but one little mistake pushed it back. And Kayla in here finishing. She's got just a little bit left. Gonna finish out this race. She looks like she's a little she's feeling a little bit, but still strong, still trying to push through. And I think that's something I need to work on a little bit. I know sometimes I feel a certain way and I'm just like, oh, I don't want to finish this anymore. But there she goes with the thumbs up. She's still riding, still doing her thing. So that's good to see. But yeah, it was a great finish. Thanks, Crucial. That was a good race. That was intense. Nigel and Luis battling for that top spot. And I can't believe, I don't know, that's 2 races in a row. You have wrecks at the end, wrecks in different places. Let's go to Luis if we can. I know we're watching the replays. I don't know if Luis can talk right now, but we'll see how he's feeling after that.
Hey.
Hey, how was that?
Man, that was tough. I really thought that Nigel had it because he came back so fast. But then I think Tara or Tiara, I don't know what what the name of the bot was. We both were right behind this bot, and I got so lucky. I don't know if you have it on the replay, but I kept bumping into it. I was about to slide out and crash, but since I was 1 lane over, I just slid out once, and then I hit the bot. But Nigel was on the farther left lane, so because of the speed we had, he slid out and he crashed. But this bot kind of saved my life because I kept bumping into it, so it reduced my speed, so slowed me down a little bit. And then once he crashed, I kept it a good tempo, and was kind of doing my own thing and just focusing on not crashing. So it worked out. And also Daniel, great job, because looking at the scoreboard now, if Daniel hadn't taken second place, I would have taken the Omnium, because it's a 1 point difference between me and Nigel. So yeah, it was I think good teamwork and good racing from Nigel and Jeff and Kayla.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. It worked out in the end. Yeah, the 1 point separating, that was really close, but you pulled out on top. So congrats on the Omnium win. It was a good job not making any mistakes in that last race. I know I was watching it. I don't know if the stream caught it, but I was watching when you were pushing up against the bot and not sliding out. So, but it worked out. And no, congratulations again. Great racing. So there we go. That was the winner. I don't know if we can talk to Nigel to see how he feels about that one. Nigel, how are you feeling after that?
Yeah, as I say, you get to watch it crash, that's it. I took my eye off. I crashed on the 44 kilometre an hour area. There's two slower speed corners. I wasn't watching the corner speed, and I went a bit too fast and crashed. I should have been watching the corner speed. And then, you go down once, and you're trying to, you're pushing it to get back up, to catch back up, and you crash again. So well done, Luis. That was a well-deserved win on that one. He raced that perfectly.
Yeah, no, I saw day one. It looked like you got caught behind a bot and couldn't tell which way to go. I don't know, but you almost came back on that. And
yeah, couldn't see it in front. Well, that's just part of it.
Yeah, it was close though. You fought really hard. You got some wins at the end, and you said it yourself. You make that one mistake, and you kind of have to do some things you wouldn't do, and you're more prone to more mistakes, and you're off your rhythm. So, sometimes it works out that way, but it was still good racing, and it was still really close. So, just more things to tighten up for.
Yeah, good practice. Good practice. These couple of technical ones for what we've got coming up, because there's bound to be some technical ones, and if you can, brush up on them, it'll help.
That's very true. But congrats on the second place. Good racing, and thank you. So now we're looking at the replays. You see, this was, I believe, the third race, Dark Matter Spire. You had Team Cognition riders out in the front the whole time. Luis, thank you for the kudos. Thank you, Crucial Bowl, everything. But you had Daniel and Luis up on the front the whole time, kind of willing their own race here, doing everything themselves. It was really good to watch. I mean, the teammates, team dynamics really coming through, even with only two. I mean, it was incredible stuff to watch just from my chair here. Made me want to get on the bike. I'm not going to. My legs are tired. But maybe I shouldn't be lazy, and I should get on the bike to keep practicing for next week, which, again, next week is when we start all the cups. There's cups everywhere. There's Solo Cup racing starts Tuesday on the 11th, February 11th, with a $10,000 prize pool. Then the Derny Cup racing starts on Thursday, February 13th, with a $5,000 prize pool, which is, one physical rider and one keyboard rider. And then you have the World Cup racing, which is the team racing that starts on Saturday, the 15th of February, with a $15,000 prize pool. So altogether, $30,000 that can be won from people. And it's going to be exciting stuff right here. Oh man, this was an incredible finish. Daniel just wasn't able to get his keyboard back onto the setting he needed to change lanes and crash, and Nigel takes it, but it was not enough. Luis raced his race and did really good, didn't crash out, which is something that I don't know if people have talked about this lately, but Luis, when he first started, I think everyone knew he was one of the stronger racers, but he crashed a lot, which you can't you have to work on that, and he's definitely put in the time, put in the hours, and not only is he one of the strongest racers, but you can tell he knows what he's doing with the lane changes and making sure he doesn't go down as much, and it's really paying off. And you can see Cognition, when they picked him up, they knew he would be like this. So I think that they're patting themselves on the back for picking him up, because he's one of the strongest racers on here, and excited to see how he does next week. But yeah, he takes the Omnium win. I believe it was Luis first, then Nigel second, and then Daniel third. So it's a fun racing today. Still a little bit nervous. Hopefully I did fairly well, but thanks for coming out and watching. I appreciate all you in the chat that were cheering me on and cheering the racers on. It means a lot. I think I'll be back 2 days from now, Thursday, for Zone T. I think I'll be commentating on that one as well. So you'll see me then. But until next time, this is Aaron with CVR World Cup Racing. Hopefully I'll see you next time.
But no, Beth, yours goes crashing down. Determination, the suffering, the ability to... And she's unleashed everything in this attack. See just how much that win means to him. All the marbles. Kayla versus Allison, and to the line. Kayla Laguna takes the victory.